Hello, my crafty friends. It's Michelle, the Southern Shell, and I am here with day 4 of our 12 days of Christmas. Today is all about sweet treats, and do I have a sweet treat for you? I am so excited to share what I have made with you on this 4th day. So let's recognize our hosts right now. First of all, we have Brenda with Rustic and Lace DIY, Jackie with Crafting and Mimi's World. Both of their channels will be linked in my description box below, as well as a playlist with all the other crafters that have joined this collaboration. Guys, I'm so excited to share what we've got, and let's get crafting. So we are going to do some Mod Podging on these wood rounds here. And I went through Creative Fabrica and I picked up some really adorable little prints that are about Christmas sweets. The first thing I did is I got my wood rounds cleaned up, and I'm going to come in with a coat of Mod Podge matte and put them all over the tops of these wood rounds. Just going to come in and get a nice coat because these are dry and they will suck up this Mod Podge rather quickly. So I'm just coming in and spreading it all around that ornament and bringing it all out to the edge over the bark on the sides as well. Once those are all dry, I'm going to come in with my images that I printed off on mulberry paper, which is similar to rice paper. It does have some fibers in it, so it does make it stronger. I'm using my little Cricut mini press here. I have it on the second to the highest heat, and I am just using that little piece of parchment paper to protect my iron, and I am just going to move right along here, and I'm going to do that with each one of my wood rounds. I had put Mod Podge on the front and back, and they have dried. So all I have to do is come in and put Sweet Treats, here you go, on one side, and I'm going to just take my little finger sander there and just straighten up the edges on that. So on the back of these, I wanted the Sweet Treats on one side, and I wanted a mug on the back side with another sweet treat, because we all love our yummy hot drinks in Christmas time. So I'm coming in with these mugs that have the same color scheme as the other side with my candy, and I'm doing the same thing. I'm ironing it down using my parchment paper on the top. Then I'm coming in with some 220 sandpaper here on my finger sander, and I'm just coming around the edges, and this will pull right off. So easy to do. Once I had all of these done on the fronts and the backs with all of my images, I did take them outside and I gave them a good spray of some clear ultra matte adhesive. No, not adhesive, clear ultra matte clear coat. Oh, whoa. Word, girl, word. All right, so here I'm showing you the different sets I have. I have one with just the peppermints. I have one that has cookies, and one that is just multiple different sweet treats for Christmas. I have some artificial greenery there that I had gotten off of Temu over the years. I have my beacon 3-in-1 because I'm going to be gluing those little plastic pieces of the greenery onto my wood round. So I want something that's going to do good with both plastic and wood here. I measured 8 inches of my plaid ribbon, my red and white, and I'm just poking it on through the hole in those wood rounds, and I'm going to tie a knot just on the top, pull it nice and tight so that it is grabbing and holding that in place, and then I'm going to pull it out, and yep, it's not going anywhere. So once I have the ribbons on all of my hanging ornaments here, I'm going to come in with my beacon 3-in-1, and I have the little plastic pieces there. What I wanted to do first is tuck that knot away. So I'm adding some of my beacons in the little hole, and I'm going to pull that knot into the center of my wood round. And then I can just squeeze it there, make sure it's all poked in, and now I don't have any knots showing on my hanger for my ornaments. I trimmed off any of the extra fuzz, dabbed on that Beacons 3-in-1, and pulled it through. Now I have this white piece here, and I'm just coming in with some snips and trimming off little pieces that are going to fit nicely onto the fronts of these ornaments. Now, when I did the images, these images are right about 2 inches at their widest or tallest point, because these ornaments are ranging anywhere from 2 to 2.25. So I wanted to make sure they would fit on there nicely. I'm coming in with my beacons, 3-in-1 once again, and I'm taking the piece that I have trimmed off of that white stem, and I'm laying it so it's wrapping around the hanger right there, and it's going to lay right on top, and this is going to frame out our images. I'm going to come in, and I have some stamen. Now, I've had this for a while. Look, my white ones were a little stuck together, but I picked out two white for each of these. I'm going to line it up, and I want to go ahead and put that on the top of my little pieces that I had put there. So I'm just going to put that Beacons 3-in-1, lay that right down on over that opening where my string is hanging. And then I'm going to take another one of my stems that I cut off and lay that right on top of those stamen right there. Once I had the one side done, I went ahead and just took some more of that golden white twine, baker's twine, and I tied a little tiny knot in each end so that the gold would not unravel around that. I went ahead and just did a bunny ear bow, which is just a little finger bow here, just a bunny ear bow. And that way I can pull my ends down and my loops where they need to be. I picked 2 more stamens and I made a loop. I'm coming in with my tweezers and I'm going to turn, grab those ends, and then pull it through the hole I created, and then nice and tight. Now those stamen are hooked together and I don't have to worry about them coming apart at any point, and it'll hold a center point on my ornaments right there. I'm going to take the little bow I made, and that is going to go right over the top of that stamen, over the hole where my hanger is actually threaded through the ornament. So here are the ones I did with the white. Look at those. They have the desserts on the back side. So we have the desserts and the mugs. Oh, those turned out so cute. So for the ones that have the peppermint candy, I used the same check ribbon to hang it. And I'm using this red and white baker's twine here. And I tied a knot in each end because it will unravel. And then I just tied another little bunny ear bow. I had some more greenery here, and I trimmed the edges off to give it a little bit more of a peak towards one side. Using my Beacon 3-in-1, I'm going to lay that down over the edge of my wood ornament here. I'm going to take a rubber band, and I'm going to band this onto my wood round so that those edges will stay nice and tight on the corner, on the top, in the center, and on the bottom. I can just move that right back to where I need it to be, and that rubber band is going to hold it in place until that Beacons 3-in-1 is completely cured. I'm now going to hang some of the red stamen and that red twine bow on there. Now I can come back in and remove the rubber bands off of those others, and they are all ready to go. The last set are the ones that are the cookies, And this is more of the green, so I'm actually using some white ribbon to highlight on here because that has a lot of green on these. I'm just doing a bunny ear bow on this one, and I have white stamen on this one, and I'm going to do the same thing I did with the other. I'm going to loop it around, come on in, twist, grab, and pull. And that's going to tie all three of those together. I use 3 on this one and pull it nice and tight, and it is attached. Now all I have to do is grab the one and place it on there. Now for this, I moved my hanger out of the way and I lined my edge with the beacon 3-in-1. I'm laying down the tops of those cut off greenery there, laying that down to go down the sides of my wood round. And then I'm going to come in with the rubber band and hold that in place until that beacon 3-in-1 actually dries. For this set, I used the white ribbon and I used a very light green stamen, not white. It's a very pastel-y green stamen, and then the white ribbon. I went ahead and added that beacon 3-in-1 at the top, and then I'm just putting some hot glue on top of the stamen and placing that bow right on top of there because that hot glue will hold in those two just right. Plus, there is still the beacon 3-in-1 that is drying, so it's going to grab. Now I can come back in, remove the rubber bands, and look at there. Didn't those turn out super cute? I think they turned out adorable. So let's get these hung on my pencil tree and take a look at these 18 ornaments that I created. These will be sold in sets of 6 at my craft fair. All I need to do is get them packaged up now.
There you have it. My sweet treat ornaments are done. Each ornament has a sweet treat on one side, cookies or candy, and on the opposite side, they have their mugs. So I really think these turned out super cute. Very pleased with them. My pencil tree here is getting full, and I will be able to package these all up once I am all done with this 12 days of Christmas. My own tree is decorated with all handmade ornaments as well. Very country farmhouse, and I just love it. Guys, let me know what you think about these. Which ones were your favorites? And if you plan on trying to make some of these yourself, they're so easy. So, thank you so much for your time today, spending it with me. I know how important it is, and I just appreciate you for spending the day with me. Don't forget to visit our host channel, which is in the description box below, as well as the playlist of all the other wonderful crafters on this collaboration. I do have a Buy Me a Coffee in the link below as well, if you'd like to support my channel financially, or just liking, subscribing, and sharing also supports my channel greatly. As always, guys, stay safe, God bless, and bye for now.